What if I told you that the coffee sitting in your kitchen right now has a whole world behind it, and most people have no idea what they're actually drinking? From espresso shots that hit like a lightning bolt to creamy lattes that feel like comfort in a cup, every coffee tells a different story. And today we're breaking down every coffee you've ever seen on a menu. So the next time you order, you know exactly what you're getting and why it tastes the way it does. If you love coffee and want to truly understand it, make sure you hit like and subscribe right now, because on Health Insight, we break down everyday foods and drinks in a way that actually makes sense, and trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at coffee the same way again. Let's start with the heart of almost every coffee drink out there: espresso. Espresso isn't a type of bean. It's a method. Hot water is forced through finely ground coffee under high pressure. The result? A small, intense shot with a rich aroma and a golden layer on top called crema. It's bold, slightly bitter, and packed with flavor. Almost every cafe drink you know begins with this tiny but powerful shot. Now imagine taking that espresso shot and adding hot water. That's an Americano. It was originally popularized during World War II when American soldiers in Europe wanted something closer to the drip coffee they were used to back home. The added water makes it smoother and less intense than straight espresso, but it still carries that deep flavor. If you like black coffee but want something more layered than regular drip, this is it. Speaking of drip coffee, this is the classic. Ground coffee sits in a filter and hot water slowly drips through it into a pot. It's simple, clean, and familiar. In the United States, this is the most common style people drink at home. The flavor depends heavily on the beans and the grind size, but it's usually lighter in body compared to espresso-based drinks. Now let's add milk into the picture. When you combine one shot of espresso with a small amount of steamed milk and a thick layer of milk foam, you get a cappuccino. It's usually equal parts espresso, steamed milk, and foam. The foam gives it a light, airy texture. It feels rich but not heavy. If you like balance and a slightly dry, frothy top, cappuccino is your drink. If you reduce the foam and increase the steamed milk, you get a latte. A latte is creamier and smoother because it contains more milk and just a thin layer of foam. The espresso flavor is still there, but it's gentler. This is often the go-to drink for people who are new to coffee because it's less intense and easy to customize with flavors like vanilla or caramel. Then there's the flat white. This drink became famous in Australia and New Zealand. It's similar to a latte but has a thinner layer of microfoam and usually a stronger coffee flavor. The texture is velvety, not airy. It feels smooth and rich without being overly milky. If you want something even stronger, meet the macchiato. Traditional macchiato means stained in Italian. It's basically an espresso shot with just a small dollop of milk foam on top. That's it. The milk slightly softens the sharp edge of the espresso, but this drink is still bold and direct. Not to be confused with the large flavored caramel macchiatos you see in big chains, which are actually more like layered lattes. Now let's talk about mocha. If you love chocolate, this one's for you. A mocha combines espresso, steamed milk, and chocolate syrup or cocoa powder. Often, it's topped with whipped cream. It's sweet, rich, and feels almost like dessert. But underneath all that chocolate is still a solid coffee base. For those who like their coffee cold, iced coffee is simply brewed coffee poured over ice. Simple, refreshing, and perfect for hot days. Simple, refreshing, and perfect for hot days. But cold brew is different. Cold brew is made by steeping coarse coffee grounds in cold water for 12 to 24 hours. No heat. The result is smoother, less acidic, and often stronger in caffeine. It tastes naturally sweeter because the brewing process extracts different compounds. Then there's the frappe or blended coffee drink. Ice, coffee, milk, and sweeteners blended together into a thick, icy texture. It's more of a treat than a traditional coffee, but it's incredibly popular. Let's not forget about specialty styles. Turkish coffee is one of the oldest brewing methods in the world. Finely ground coffee is boiled in a special pot, often with sugar, and served unfiltered. The grounds settle at the bottom of the cup. It's thick, strong, and meant to be sipped slowly. French press is another favorite. Coarse coffee grounds steep in hot water for several minutes before being pressed down with a metal filter. This method produces a fuller body because natural oils remain in the cup. It feels heavier and richer compared to drip coffee. Pour-over coffee is for those who appreciate precision. Pour-over coffee is for those who appreciate precision. Hot water is slowly poured by hand over coffee grounds in a filter. It highlights subtle flavors in high-quality beans and gives a clean, bright taste. And then there's instant coffee. It's made from brewed coffee that's been freeze-dried or spray-dried into crystals. Just add hot water. It's convenient and quick, though often less complex in flavor. But coffee isn't just about taste. It's also about how it makes you feel. Caffeine stimulates your central nervous system. It can improve focus, boost energy, and even enhance mood. But too much can lead to jitters, anxiety, or trouble sleeping. That's why knowing what you're drinking matters. A small espresso might have less caffeine than a large drip coffee. Surprising, right? To the beans themselves also matter. Arabica beans are smoother and slightly sweet, while Robusta beans are stronger and more bitter with higher caffeine content. Most specialty cafes use Arabica because of its flavor complexity. Roast level changes everything too. Light roast preserves more of the bean's original flavor and often has higher acidity. Medium roast balances acidity and body. Dark roast tastes bold, smoky, and slightly bitter because the beans are roasted longer. Milk choice changes the experience as well. Whole milk makes drinks creamy and rich. Almond milk adds a nutty touch. Oat milk creates a naturally sweet and smooth texture that blends beautifully with espresso. Each one transforms the same shot of coffee into a different experience, and here's something most people don't think about. Grind size. Fine grind for espresso. Medium for drip. Coarse for French press. If the grind is wrong, the coffee can taste too bitter or too weak, because extraction changes. Even water temperature plays a role. Too hot and the coffee tastes burnt. Too cool and it tastes sour. The ideal range is usually between 195 and 205 degrees Fahrenheit. When you understand all this, ordering coffee becomes more personal. You're not just saying a name from the menu. You're choosing a brewing method, milk texture, roast profile, and caffeine level that fits your mood. Maybe in the morning you want a strong espresso to wake you up fast. In the afternoon, a smooth latte to relax. On a hot day, cold brew for refreshment. At night, maybe decaf so you can sleep peacefully. Coffee is also deeply social. Think about how many conversations happen over a cup. Business meetings, first dates, catching up with friends. Coffee isn't just a drink, it's an experience. But here's the key takeaway. No coffee is better than another. It all depends on your taste, your body, and your moment. The best coffee is the one that makes you pause and enjoy it. Next time you walk into a cafe and see a long menu, you won't feel confused. You'll understand the difference between a cappuccino and a latte, between cold brew and iced coffee, between a macchiato and a mocha. And that knowledge changes everything. If you've made it this far, comment below and tell me your favorite type of coffee. Do you like it strong, and black, or creamy and sweet? I'd love to know. And if this helped you understand coffee in a way no one ever explained before, make sure you like this video and share it with someone who orders the same drink every single time without knowing what it really is. Keep watching Health Insight for more simple, clear breakdowns of the foods and drinks you enjoy every day. I'll see you in the next one. And until then, enjoy your next cup a little more mindfully.